Hello everyone, this is part number 2 of our new series. I hope this one not gonna end up like the previous one. So we managed to clear Act 1 and now we have to kill Edmund Shanks. Our resistance is kinda okay. We're gonna need Ether resistance at some point. New pair of shoulder guards. We currently deal fire damage, so this shoulder is gonna be useful. I want to clear the odds first. Damage is quite high, so Edmund Shanks is not a challenge. I'm gonna save this guy. Usually if I kill him he's gonna drop me a very nice fire-based weapon, but I prefer the experience because soon enough I'm gonna transit to cold. I just have to unlock the dynamite from the mine and farm for it. Let's unlock a very important vendor here. I need dynamite to unlock detonation site for Roltheradis. I need his tome. We make a deal with this guy. This is pretty rare to have 5 crystals here. I don't mind it. This is a nice boost. After that I'm gonna go for the devotion, but first I'm tempted to do the totem. And let's grab more mastery. I think damage is okay. $800 damage without the criticals on a spamming skill it's very solid at level 20. This guy is burning, so he's fire resistance, that's why it takes me a little bit more time to kill it, but eventually he's gonna end up dead. In this cave I'm gonna farm for my main hunt weapon. Also there is a high chance for a plasma, ectoplasm. This is a cold based armor, but I'm not gonna use it. It's the very baby version. This boss over here have a guaranteed drop of one of the 3 cold base weapons. This time he got the axe, which is very unfortunate. I need the mace. Probably I have to reset a couple of times. So let's reset. I'm gonna catch up some experience as well. Few materials. There is another totem in the same place. That's gonna make the runs too long, but I'm just tempted, sorry. Stay away from the pools. So here is the Shamblers, be careful with them. They can dish out tons of damage. I'm gonna move Mastery again. I think it's the best bet at the moment. Champions, they have a chance to drop the weapon as well. He got the axe again, I think. I don't even need to kill him, it's visible as the axe. That's why I'm not gonna kill him, I'm gonna reset. I got Ectoplasm. There is a few champions, I'm gonna kill him and I'm gonna reset. Until I saw him carrying the mace. Can takes quite a while. But I prefer to play the basic idea of the build. Usually I can continue playing Kalidor's Tempest, but honestly it's not my favorite skill in the game. I just pick it because it's the fastest leveling compared to the alternatives. And I want to play caster. That's why I stick to Arcanist instead of picking Primal Strike from the Shaman's tree. Another totem kill for me. Let's see this time. I hope for a fast. On a certain infamy levels it's much easier, he carries the sword this time. There is a hero. No, not this time. Reset. Let's grab another point in turtle for the sustain. He carries the sword again. This is war shield. Usually I got lucky in the first few runs, but probably because I record this time it's gonna be taking quite a while. And it's gonna be end up like basically a farming episode. Another burning hero. Spirit Bane ointment. Not too bad. This survivalist boots actually better than mine. Arcane lore armor as well. Comes with a casting speed, spirit and a lot of resistances. Definitely a keeper. Nice upgrades. Also I gain a level. 1 point in Fabric of Reality and I'm going for the mastery again. I forgot to check what he carries this time. Yes, finally he carries the bludgeon, the mace. I hope for at least acceptable fixes. Our energy sustain is pretty good at the moment. I can put few points for damage in the next level up. Shield of Frostbite, this is more than amazing. So happy for this roll. Enduring of Valor is a nice, but I'm gonna using offhand. The most important thing I found, Shield of Frostbite, this is gonna carry me for a long term. Actually, this comes with Chaos Resistance, I'm gonna keep it for now. Thunderstruck of Celerity is another gloves that I'm gonna keep. Definitely gonna keep the shoulders as well. I'm gonna need Chaos Resistance. This is a bad one, this is bad one, this is bad one. This boot's better than mine. Okay, let's face Balthazar. I'm gonna need at least 2 dynamites, so... Don't switch immediately to Trozan when you find your bludgeon. You want to stay fire, because when you start farming Roltheradis, he is high cold resistance. And the fight is quite long if you fight him with a cold damage. Here is Nicholas Balthazar. He hurts a lot. No dynamite from him. So I have to reset for one more. I just check for potential royal jellies. This dynamite is here all the time. Every single mine in the game contains at least 1 or 2. Aggressive Balthazar crest is definitely better than mine. Mine just... I have to switch the boots as well at my next comeback to the city. We need level 24 anyway, so I'm gonna progress a little bit further. I need a devotion point as well to grab my turtle proc, so I'm sure I'm safe. This dangerous. These guys deals vitality damage, so you have to be careful. Especially with my vitality res at the moment. There is a royal hive here, but I like the bees, the wasps in general. They give tons of experience cause they're on a hordes. You can kill easily 30 of them. Another easy devotion. I saw consecrated gear. Here we're going for the proc. Turtle by far is one of the best defensive devotions in the game. It got slightly nerfed, they replaced the physical resistance with armor. but still the proc is insanely good. Let's bribe Silas so we can kill him later. To 2,500 bits, just worth it, because this quest gives experience and 3 scraps. 3 scraps, this is already 2.4. So technically I just pay 100 bits to finish this quest. Here you're gonna give them the medal, but honestly I'm gonna keep it this time. I think it's better than Calamity. When I transit, I'm gonna need a better relic, and this one is a very good one until you find Hound or something later on related. Time to put a little bit more damage. Our mana sustain is okay. Let's report back to Morny, so we can unlock the quest line further.
Well, you work fast, Darius. We have to hit them hard.
Let's take our ring. And from here, I'm gonna sell what I don't need. Tempest of Readiness. I'm gonna keep it. This cask come with chaos resistance. I'm gonna keep it for now. You never know. This is Nightblade gear. I don't need it. Renegade of Frostbite, Ether resistance, and this one. Gonna sell them. Thunderstruck of Celerity, I'm gonna keep it. I'm gonna change my boots immediately now. But I'm gonna change the gloves later because this one comes with Kalidor's Tempest. And I'm gonna need that for the next fight. Slightly better Ether resistance. So Roltheradis is a secret area. He was a high priest before the Grim Dawn, but now he is an undead, and it's basically undead mage. We have to reset. I forgot this detonation site needs 3 dynamites instead of 1. It's quite expensive, but the item there is very important. Which means I have to reset the mines a few times. I hope Balthazar is gonna drop me some dynamite. I don't want to wait for a homestead or later on to... No dynamite. That's okay. One more reset. Not a big deal. Actually, I don't have to kill him. I'm just not gonna waste time. Just gonna go straight for the Roltheradis. And I hope at level 24 I'm gonna transit completely to Trozan. You don't have to kill these mobs, they are already very low level. This area stops scaling at 13, 16. A pretty expensive detonation site. This is a danger treacherous domain, so comes with mutators. Pay attention, you don't want to get a bad ones. You want to clear all the healers. This is a burning revenant, it's not gonna take any damage. Crossbowmans, they deal tons of pierce. Roltheradis is gonna be a nightmare, I am too low level. But I deal respectful damage. So definitely gonna kill him here. I think I got a extremely bad roll. I got pet prefix of thunder is kinda okay because Trozan deals partially thunder lightning damage. Anyways, gonna do the job for now. I can come back later. This domain scales a little bit better than the rest of the area. It's gonna be okay for start. I'm gonna hunt a little bit better prefixes later on. Let's trigger the quest line.
Keep your weapon.
Be careful with this guy. I'm pretty sure I can fence tank him with my current always keep one troll bone crusher. Sometimes you need it for crafting. Don't deal with the guys in the pit. It's not worth it. If you need a good early medal, you can do it, but I prefer not to. There is a guaranteed hero spawn here. This time was our friend Silas. I told you we're gonna get our revenge. It's completely random, by the way, just by luck. But if you kill him at the village, he never spawns as a hero. And at the village, he's gonna be just a straight white mob, which comes with no loot. It's much more fun to kill him in his full equipment. We got Slavak the Breaker. He is not so tanky. His friend Paro the Wall is a very, very tank hero. Both of them can spawn here. It seems I'm gonna finish Cronley with Calidors. My offhand needs level 25. One point nullification. We're gonna need it for a 2-point Calidors. We're gonna need it for a Cronley fight. I'm gonna nullify his shield so I can do damage straight away at the opening instead of kiting waiting for him. Nullification is a very powerful cooldown, and one of the reasons why Arcanist is so overpowered as a mastery. The only thing that makes Arcanist slightly behind is the fact it doesn't possess a resistance shreds. If this mastery possesses a resistance shred, this is gonna be the best mastery in the game. Arcanist is so versatile. You can combine this mastery almost with everything, apart from maybe vitality damage and poison damage as well. There is a guaranteed dynamite that I want. I'm gonna clear a little bit. I'm gonna need some jellies as well. First, clear the odds. You don't want to fight money bucks with all these shooters. It's much safer. He's a fire based, so it's gonna take a while. I'm gonna nullify him. Nullification cut his elemental damage. Nullification works good offensively and defensively, so you can always nullify a high caster heroes, mobs, bosses. At the moment it's not very noticeable, but the duration is pretty long, it's 12-16 seconds. And usually you won't soft cap this, it's gonna shorter the cooldown massively. And it's gonna increase the radius slightly, and it's gonna increase the elemental damage as well. This comes actually to Maven's Sphere of Protection. This is a very good helm. Naturally come with Ether resistance implicit. That means I can get rid of Milton's Cask already. I'm gonna place at first he's going to talk. I immediately gonna nullify his field. I'm gonna reposition out of the pools. It's gonna be a slow kill. Just Calidor Tempest is not the best bossing skill in the game, especially early on when I don't have so much casting speed. I'm gonna nullify again. One shot chest. I'm gonna take the cluster. Reinforce. There is a 2 devotion shrines that we want. But first, let inform everyone that we deal with Cronley for a massive experience boost.
Well, the world now they're
That's net me respected with Devil's Crossing. I'm gonna sell a few stuff here and there. Mage Storm of Frostbite. This is a keeper. A huge poison belt. Definitely better than mine. We're gonna swap this. The ring. Reduced freeze duration, Calidor's Tempest, casting speed. Definitely better than this one. Immediately swap. I'm gonna place dust for better vitality res. And this is how slowly your builds start to picking up. It's not even necessary to find the same upgrades, but slightly helpful. I'm gonna take this one. It's time to change this one. Better chaos, better damage. 3 to Inferno. I'm gonna transit soon, so I don't care about this. We need better metal. This one comes with a proc. Some elemental resistance. I like the procs, so I'm gonna swap it. I'm not gonna need stun resistance soon, so technically I can make this trade. And I have to reattach my rush. Old Arkovia. And this is the moment when we can transit fully. So first I'm gonna equip my stuff.
Come see what's left of my wares.
So now it's the moment that I can change my gloves. I think for this one, for the attacking speed, casting speed, sorry, but this one's quite nice as well. But I prefer casting speed. On a CDR caster, I'm gonna stick with the resistances for now. I don't need that much casting speed. And I'm gonna fully retrieve.
What troubles you?
Basically, I don't need so much mana pool anymore. And I don't need Kalidor's Tempest anymore. I'm gonna left this part like this, and I'm gonna see how much from the skills I can max. So Frozen Core, definitely wanted max. Shattered Star, you can keep it for now at a 1 point, but definitely want to at least soft cap these both skills. That's gonna work out for now. Component wise, for now I can go full damage. I'm not gonna face soon Ether or Chaos damage, so I can comfortably go 1 Cold Stone at the main hunt. And I'm gonna need a filler attack, so I'm gonna need Dead Chills Bolts at the off hunt. This is gonna be my filler. This is basically something that I'm gonna use between the Trozans, because Trozan's gonna have a cooldown. Not so long, but still it's good to have some attack. And now we can test it with all the changes. Damage is quite good. So this is basically how you play CDR caster. You have to reposition yourself, dodge mechanics. The only problem is undeads. They are very resistant to cold damage, so we're gonna have problems a little bit here at Arkovia. There is a one-shot chest here. Playing a cold build is a pretty safe. We got Squall as a relic. I'm gonna use Mana Infusion. Basically as a energy battery. And Calamity at this point don't give me much. It's not necessary to kill everything. Boltler Revenant's pretty annoying. These guys, they deal vitality damage. I have to be careful. Also, lots of Colts Revenants. This guy is basically a mini version of Tyrion. But thankfully Trozan's deals partially lightning damage, so this is gonna help me deal with these guys. Apart from the undeads, Colt is a pretty stable damage type in the game. Comes with crowd control as well, which is always nice. Sometimes gonna feel a little bit clumsy, but it's gonna shotgun the big boxes, so it's one of the best boss killer skill in the game, thanks to the shotgun mechanic. Especially when I unlock my exclusive skill, I'm gonna shorten its cooldown even more. As you can see, just immediately delete bosses, heroes. And it's extremely fun to play as well. Trozan is one of my favorite casters. Maybe it's not the strongest in the game, but definitely I have tons of fun. I beat one of the leagues with a Trozan build. I use a fire based one. There is an item that converts Trozan to fire. And was honestly tons of fun. I kill some of the super bosses as well that league offers, apart from the vanilla ones. it was pretty solid until I died in a very hard endgame content. That was during season 3, I think. Pointless to deal with the undeads, I'm gonna stick to the objective. Just this build don't deal very well with the revenants. The rest of the undeads, they die pretty easily. When you play CDR caster, it's good to max out your main skill damage. I'm not gonna deal with this revenant. So I'm gonna place 2 points in Trozan, 1 point in Trozan core. That's gonna place powerful dot and also chance for a freeze. There is a totem. As you can see, monsters with big hitboxes get one shot by Trozan. Of course, it's not worked so well against this type of mobs, because as you can see, I missed this revenant. He's immune to cold. But revenants is the only ones that's immune to cold, and you can easily skip it. They are not quest or whatever related. Actually, I forgot to kill Waldo's Varga. Here it is. He's a cold base as well, but he's gonna get when I get rid of the healers. Another chilled bludgeon of frostbite. If you want more AoE, you can run dual wield this. It's a viable option as well. But I prefer the offhand because Kamsa basically modifies the skill and shorten his range, and Trozans drop at the same place. So that transformed the skill in a shotgun skill. Otherwise is a pretty wide in an area. But again, if you look for more damage, you can buy a relic from Devil's Crossing for dual wielding, and you can dual wield 2 of those. But still, I think this variation is better. Tons of healers. There is a revenants as well, but after I kill the healers I can focus. I'm gonna nullify her, remove all her buffs and stuff. That's gonna help me kill her faster. Let's grab the last point. Turtle. That gives me life, armor, defensive ability. Sweet. Next, I'm gonna aim for basically Murmur. which means I'm gonna need certain greens and certain blues. I'm gonna pick blue first, and that's gonna be Sailor's Guide. Another defensive devotion. I think my damage is quite good at the moment. And here is where the problem starts. Kill run. I'm just gonna keep my distance. Gonna nullify him. He possesses some buffs and possess fire damage, chaos damage. That's gonna cut just his basically fire damage, but that's okay. There is a good chest, not one shot, but still a nice chest with tons of iron bits. This episode's a little bit longer than that I want to be. Another point, Sailor's Guide. Sailor's Guide is a very good when you play casters. Comes with reduced freeze duration and slow duration as well. This can be a lifesaver on a build that can take much hits. As you can see here, I deal proper damage. Just that's the problem, they cut it basically in half. Here I deal like 5k damage as a crit. Just one of the Trozans. Imagine if I hit with all of them. Most of the bosses they got one shot. Usually I skip kill run and the Arkovia Elders on a Trozan build, because it's very slow for a cold base build, especially this one is a pure cold build. For rest of the campaign he's gonna deal just amazing, and as well in the next difficulties when I get myself a lot of shred. But for now is a little bit of a pain. Trozan is a very good totem killer because I can CC the mobs from afar. And this is to cast and I clear the whole totem. The good thing is I can predict when they get summoned and just spam my skill. Lutra is a lighting based, so I'm gonna nullify her for less damage. But basically playing a cold is a very safe. Most of the heroes, some of the bosses, they can't be chill in place. Another devotion point, another Sailor's Guide for movement speed. Ideally, we're gonna need Hound as a relic. As you can see, I just one-shot these heroes. There is a very few skills in the game that can do that at this point of the game. So early with barely no gear and no any offensive devotions. That's another level, which means I can max out my main skills. You can leave Shatter Star at one point. I don't have conversion and I don't need this lightning damage. So I'm gonna progress to Star Pact. This is something that I need. This is a reduction. So I was gonna make my Trozans a little bit faster. Shockwaves. The idea of this build, basically moving, just cast behind you. In front of you. But CDR caster, you never stop moving, basically. I cast these spikes just as a filler to finishing off the weak mobs until I wait for a recharge. And this is when you're gonna see how powerful is Trozan. This boss usually is very tanky. Even the healers didn't manage to heal him. Here we are at Dead Man's Gulch. I'm gonna talk to Ulgrim and I'm gonna end up the episode here. We're gonna do basically left part of Homestead and Pine Barrens at the next episode. I'm gonna need an amulet from there that gives one to Arcanist. It's not very cold base, but still a good one. And this is how you play basically Trozan. Thank you everyone for watching. See you in the next one.